Well, we made it. It's Friday, July the 7th, 2017. Yeah, buddy. The weekend's here. I think this is probably the day everybody's looking for. Got a great show planned for you today. But first, my opening comments. Stick around. All right, I've got a little history for you. On this day, July 7th, 1802, the first comic book was published, The Wasp. That's for all the comic book collectors out there. And in 1875 on this day, Jesse James robbed a train in Otterville, Missouri. I guess that made the news, huh? 1891, Marcellus Berry, who was an actual employee of American Express, received 4 copyrights for something he called traveler's checks. Wow, Marcellus definitely hit it big, didn't he? 1928 on this day, sliced bread for the first time in Missouri. That's when sliced bread first hit the scene. They said it was the best invention since wrapped bread. Wow, 1928. Back in 1948 on this day, the Indians sign Satchel Paige at 42 years old. That's for all the sports fans out there. And what about this? 1949, Dragnet. Remember the show? Dragnet. It hit the radio on NBC Radio in 1949. It was also a TV series in 1951 and 1967. Now, for all the music fans out there, 1967 was a really good year. The Beatles released All You Need Is Love. And also in 1967, The Doors went number 1 with Light My Fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Yeah, come on, baby. Okay, well, it was something like that. All right, how many people are actually ready for the weekend? I don't know about you, but I am. And what better way for us to ease into the weekend than with Tommy Lee Crossland? Welcome to the weekend. Oh, yeah.
Come on, girl, it's getting late. We gotta head on down to our favorite place. You know it's happy hour 2 for 1. When the band kicks up in just a few, I hope they play my song so I can dance with you. You know the one I like to sing along. It's been one hell of a week, and we're still going strong. We ain't about to leave till we get our party on. Welcome to the weekend, gonna do a little drinking. Baby, I was just thinking, I don't have to punch that boss man's clock for the weekend. Maybe we can just sleep in, even get a little loving in. Yeah, our night's about to rock.
Welcome to the weekend. Yeah, buddy, that's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the weekend. That's by Tommy Lee Crossland. Thanks, Tommy. Appreciate the song. You know that's our theme song for the weekend here at Let's Talk About Tomorrow. All right, guys, got a good show planned here. Stick around. All right, this morning I got a message on Facebook from a friend of mine, a guy I really like. I'm not going to mention his name, but we probably talked on the phone for about an hour. And what he was sharing with me is some things I could do to really break out this talk show. I mean, to just make it really, really significant where thousands, even millions of people would come and listen to the show every day. And one of the things he was telling me that would be really cool is if I could bring up topics, just bring up significant topics of things that I see, of things I've heard, even things I see on Facebook, and just be completely neutral, but bring up some of the topics of things I see and hear. And I told him, I said, well, one of the things I promised to do is I'm never going to be negative on the show, and I'm not going to allow negativity on the show. He said, no, I get it. I understand. I know how you are. I know how you feel about certain things, and I know you want to stay positive. But he said, I really think it would help if you did bring up some topics just so people could ponder over them and think about them themselves. And I said, well, I hate to say it. I said, but, you know, a lot of the stuff I see on Facebook, it really is negative. I saw another friend on Facebook that came out with a big comment. I think it was yesterday. And he's one of my friends, and I definitely think the world of this guy. And he said that he went out and he got rid of I don't know how many friends on Facebook. He said he was really, really getting tired of hearing just a lot of the whining going on and things going on within Facebook. Now, I've told you guys, you know, I'm brand new to Facebook. I've been on Facebook maybe a month now, and I did it just so I could kind of share the show each day. Listen, if we end up getting thousands of listeners over time and it grows into the greatest, talk show of all time, hey, wonderful, cool. I do want to have some fun. I want us to be positive on the show. Yeah, there's a lot of things I see that I don't like. So you, the listeners, give me some ideas. Give me some ideas of what you would like to hear me talking about. I have had some of my listeners have commented saying we'd sure like to hear more about some of the interviews with the really great musicians and songwriters and producers and engineers. And, that's something that I'm, definitely going to do more of because that's what I really know. It's something I'm very close to. I just seem more familiar with that than probably anything else. And so, yeah, I'm going to have more of that. I love talking about some of the history stuff, but I want to get some ideas from you, the listeners. What are some things you'd like to hear? If I bring up some topics that I see, whether it's on Facebook or on the news or whatever, I don't want to get political. I don't want to be talking about the right and the left and the middle and all this other stuff. I don't want to do that because I know everybody has their views. Everybody has different thoughts. I know that people have differences of, different opinions. I'm cool with that. I don't believe a lot of stuff that other people believe. I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that I see or hear. But you know what? That's kind of the great thing about our country. We do have the freedom of speech. I just choose the way I want to speak. And, I just don't want to go too far off the edge. I don't want to talk about stuff that's going to make listeners run away. There's certain things that I don't want on the show and that I won't allow on the show. You already know that. I did hear some things about some of the comments that people were making over this past week, of course, because of July 4th and all that. I was surprised. Well, maybe not surprised. I guess it just, when you see it on Facebook and you hear a lot of people that are talking this way and that way, it's just two complete worlds. That's kind of surprising. I guess I'm just real used to being totally in love with my country. And do I agree with everything that happens in my country? Of course not. But man, I live in a great country. And so I'm not going to lie. It does bother me when I see comments against my country. I think if you don't like somebody, that's fine. No big deal. I mean, nobody likes everybody. But, a lot of that stuff you can keep to yourself. I mean, if you don't like something, how many remember the big remarks that, or the sayings that our parents used to say, especially our moms, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. I can't tell you how many times I heard that. I still hear that today from my mom. So I think that's probably the biggest reason I don't, want to get negative. I don't want to be political about things. Now, I do have certain beliefs, and I've got certain things that, that I think is right and wrong. And I guess I look at things more so now is, there's definitely right and wrong. There's definitely good and bad. I'd really like to try to lean more towards the right and the good than anything else. I hope I do that. I try. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. My wife would vouch to that. But, none of us are perfect. But, I think that when it really narrows down to it, when it comes down to being just downright mean and ugly, that's the part I really don't get along with. I don't understand that. If you really don't like someone, or if you really don't have anything in common with someone, whether you're on the left side, right side, middle, backwards, forward, why don't you just get away from them and stay away from them? That would solve that problem. Unless you just really enjoy that type of stuff. And I think that's why, for me, I'd rather just stay away. I'm not going to jump out here and be ugly and mean to people that I don't agree with and people that I don't care for. I mean, it's okay to not like somebody, or it's kind of like, a lot of people don't like spinach. I'm not going to try to beat them up over that. But anyways, you, the listeners, use my comment form. Reach out to me. I've got a comment form right there on my website on the mobile apps. If you don't know about the mobile apps, you can go to the App Store or Google Play, go to the apps section, download the free mobile app, Let's Talk About Tomorrow. Go to the website, use the comment form, send those to me. They come to my personal email. I get them all. I'd love to answer questions for you. I don't even mind bringing up topics that some of you want to talk about. I don't mind putting it out there. As long as it's not just totally bashing somebody or beating somebody up or, any of that, I'm cool with it. If you got a song you wrote, if you want me to play it on the show, send it to me. I'll be glad to play it on the show. I love music. Even if it's good or bad, I don't care. It's still a song. Send it to me. I'd be glad to play it. Love to hear it. Might be a next big hit. Who knows? And that reminds me, I do want you to continue keeping your eyes and ears open. I told you probably earlier in the week, or it might have been last week on one of the shows, I really want to get a segment up and running to where we're doing nothing, man, but just each day, we'll go over our fun stuff and do whatever, but I'd like to play a new song every single day. At the end of the week, have you, the listeners, chime in. Tell me which song was your favorite. There's so many songwriters out there that will never, ever publicly hear what they've written. I'd kind of like to be that platform to share that stuff. So if you're a songwriter and you're listening, get in touch with me through my electronic form on my website or the mobile apps. Give me a shout. I'd love to meet you. I just had someone in the studio earlier today, and it's a husband and wife. They brought in an album, a CD of their daughter. And so I'm going to be sharing some of that on the show. And, these are things that I love to share. I like to let people know, especially if it's somebody that's not a megastar. This is someone trying to make it in the music industry. And I love to help any way I can, and I don't mind doing that. But we had a great visit. I could tell they were so supportive of their daughter, which I love to see that. So if you've got a singer in your life or a songwriter in your life, share them with me. Let me know who they are so I can have them on the show. I'd love to talk to them. All right, guys. Well, listen, I don't mean to babble on, but give me some topics you guys want to hear about. Give me some topics that you'd like me to mention, things that you'd like to hear me share with the world. I'll be glad to share the information. I'm not going to jump on one side or the other and any of that. I might tell my view on something if somebody asks me, but I just don't, again, I don't want to get negative and I don't want to be bashing people and beating people up. I'm not about that. Well, I guess you know what that music means. You know what time it is? I'll tell you what time it is. It's somebody's birthday. That's what time it is. Are you a birthday person? If you are, have a great day. It's your day. It only comes around once a year. Have a great time. But on behalf of Let's Talk About Tomorrow, happy birthday! Yeah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you. Oh yeah! Happy birthday to you. I'm talking to you. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. Have an awesome day. All right, and a big shout out to a couple of my friends on Facebook. Steve Holloman, or Holman, I hope I said that right. Steve Holman, Adam C. Martin, Sarah Tuck. Hey, a big happy birthday to all of you guys. Hope you have a great day. And for all the music buffs out there, the Tap Room here in Clarksville tonight from 9 to 12, Mo Pie. If you haven't heard this group, they're from Kentucky, you really got to go check them out. They've got the soulful R&B's blues thing going on. I went out, did a little research, listened to them. Oh my gosh, man. They got it going on, I'm telling you. At the Tap Room tonight, 9 to 12. I think they might be there Saturday also. Definitely check it out. Mo Pie. All right, guys, I think that's going to wrap us up. Today's show was brought to you by my friends over there at Crylike Realtors, David Green and all the staff over there. Thanks, guys. Their number's 931-648-2112. Great bunch of people over there. Always thinking about you guys. I can hardly wait to get them back on the show next week. All right, guys, I've had a great time with you today. Enjoy your weekend. I'll talk to you again on Monday. Have a great weekend.